Hey everyone, we are the Gratitude Girls.
Gratitude girls are in the house. Hi, Lori. How are you?
Hi, Catherine. I'm wonderful.
I'm so happy to hear that and to see your big smile tonight. As always, tonight, just a little extra smiles. I'd like to introduce myself and have you introduce yourself, and we can get right into our free coaching and training. Welcome to the Gratitude Girls free coaching and training. It's Monday night at 8:30 Eastern. My name is Catherine Asaro Myers, affectionately known as Ra-Ra's in the house, and I'm broadcasting to you tonight live from lovely Niagara-on-the-Lake, Ontario, Canada. And I'm here with my amazing partner, and I'll let her introduce herself if she's tech-free for a minute.
Yep, I am Lori Del Gradecki, and I am in my new location. We are back in our home in Nashville, Tennessee.
And that's why you see a really big smile. Tonight, we're going to talk to you. We have a title, Lori. Would you like to share the title and I'll get started?
Yes, so each week we're trying to bring you 5 quick tips on a certain subject. So if you want to talk about a certain subject or train on a certain subject, let us know, message us at facebook.com/gratitudegirls. But tonight is going to be on time management. So how to better your time management.
Love this subject. We could talk about it for 10 hours, but we'll give this to you in less than 10 minutes. So I'll give you a first tip, and Lori and I will both speak about each tip. We're going to talk to you about setting reminders for all of your tasks. All of your tasks. And reminders could mean anything from a reminder on your phone to a reminder on your, whether you use Google or iCal or whatever you use to have your schedule set. You want to let yourself know when you're doing this task. Now, if you need to travel or commute, you want to put your commute time in. But if you're sitting at your desk in your office or wherever it is that you work from, you want to let yourself know that it's coming up. So I think if you put 15 minutes, you might even put a half an hour, but let's say you put 15 minutes, that means that you know you have to do that. If you need buffer times, you can look at that, but it's really important to know I'm done this task and I'm going to this task and it's done. And if you let something sort of infiltrate your time, then you lost your time on that task. What do you think, Lori?
Right. Yes, exactly. And you can set, if you do set your Google to sync with your phone, you can set 2 reminders from your phone. But if you go to the website for the Google Calendar, you can set several more reminders. So what I do is for any close reminders I need to set, like it's this week or it's next week, I always set 2 reminders. One usually an hour before the meeting or 15 minutes before the meeting, depending on if it's somewhere I have to drive. And then another reminder like a day before or a few hours before, whatever that is. If it's farther away, then I go to my computer and I set a few more reminders, like a month before, a week before, 2 weeks before, whatever like that. So that way it doesn't creep up on you. Like I have a speaking engagement in 7 weeks. So I put a reminder in once a week. So that way it comes up. And then that day, of course, I have a couple other reminders, but that way it keeps me on track and makes sure that, okay, if I didn't write all my information of what I'm going to be speaking on and training on, then the next week I definitely need to do it. It keeps reminding me, hey, you need to get this done.
Keeps you accountable. And that leads me into the second point. I love that, Lori. Create a daily planner. So let's not talk about a laundry list. Let's not talk about a list of all the wish list things that you want to do. Let's talk about what you really need to accomplish. So if you're going to make a submission, if you're going to complete a document, if you're going to be submitting a bio because you're going to be presenting or appearing on a show, let's talk about the tasks that you need to accomplish that day. That's number one. You also want to think about what do you need to accomplish today. Now, that might be harder than actually just listing them, because our expectations of what's required of us would be something that means we'd have to really sit down and think about our money-making activities and all the other activities that we want to plan into that. So I'll leave you with, as Lori goes and elaborates on it, think about what you need to accomplish and keep it relevant.
Right, exactly. And a lot of times, you know, we all think we are superwoman, right? We're going to get this and this and this and this and this and this done. And then you get to the end of the day and you only got half your list done, right? Or three-quarters of your list. Or you might be even better, you might get 90% of your list done. But the thing is, a lot of times we have higher expectations than what our reality is, or things come up, right? Everybody has things that come up, and you have to be flexible to a point to go with the flow. But so, one of the biggest things is put your priorities of the things that you want to get done that day in order. So, if nothing else, your biggest priority you get done first thing in the morning. Then, if all the other things don't get done, at least the most important thing got accomplished and got completed, right? So, always list them in priority, not in the order that you want to do them, because we're always going to leave the things that we like the least last, right? So, list them in priority of what you have to accomplish first. So that way, if there are some things left at the end, they can flow on to the next day, but they weren't the most prioritized that needed to be done.
Great. That leads us into the next item. Okay, think about this. Give each task a time limit. A task, a project, call it what you wish. So if you are doing something, let's say you're going through your emails, just for example, and you start taking phone calls. Oh, my so-and-so called me. Oh, this person called me. And that's your time to go through your emails. Then you're really not respecting the time that you've put aside. And you're, well, if I don't take that call, then maybe something is going to happen. Give it a time limit. Respect that time limit. Believe that you made the right decision. Estimate how much time you think it will take. If you want to open, if you have 500 emails, you know you're not going to open them. If you're planning on opening up 20, or you're only going to pick the ones that you want, know what you're going to do. If your plan is to open up 5 emails or 10 emails and you want to do that in 10 minutes and you want to spend a minute on each email, that might mean that you're not going to respond. So you need to decide what you're going to do with that task. I'm going to open the email, respond to it, get something done. That might take longer. So if you allow 10, 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, do that task and don't let anything else interfere. I know you have some good points on that, Lori.
Right. Yes, exactly. And that does, it goes with our next topic too, of blocking out distractions. Those kind of go together. So yes, the same thing. Set a timer of how long you are going to check your emails, how long you are going to work on your emails. I do 15 to 30 minutes tops a day. And whatever doesn't get done in that day. Now, sometimes you might have a few more things you have to take care of. Sometimes you might have a few less things. So they overlap and you can get them done, or you might have other pockets of time, because we do always encourage to add in some extra time throughout the day for whatever you want. So it could be catching up on more emails, or it could be catching up on another phone call that you didn't have in your phone call time set aside. So, but the thing is, stick to whatever the task is. Like Catherine said, the task that you designed for. If you get a phone call during your email time, do not answer it. Your business is not that important that you can't let that call go to voicemail and then call that person back. If you're that worried about your business, that's another subject that we need to get and talk about.
Point. I'm so glad you brought that up. Let's talk about establishing the routine. So first of all, nothing is that important that you have to drop everything. So know that. So establish a routine that really makes sense, and think about your mental health and your stress levels. If you are in any way, shape, or form stressed, or talking about how you need to relax, perhaps the routine that you have is not established. Maybe it's a little bit too flexible. Or maybe it's not flexible enough. Establish a routine where it makes sense for you and that you know that you can actually look forward to it. So if you hate emails, don't start your day with emails, because you're just not going to want to do it. Don't allow yourself to procrastinate. have a plan and stick to it. Start with the things that you like. If that's what you want to do, you have 10 things you want to do in a day or 20, you're going to do them. So you might as well create and design something that makes sense for you so that you actually get it done. Don't procrastinate and put it under the carpet. There's no way that's going to benefit you, your business, your clients, your patients, whoever you're dealing with.
Right, yes. And even mix them up. So like if you have 5 things that you love to do and 4 things that you don't love to do every other one, put them in your schedule, right? So that way you do one thing that you don't love to do. The next thing is you do something you do love to do. So it gets you to get that done so you can go on to the next thing that you do love to do. So everybody has different things of what they like and what they don't like, right? So like cleaning your house, it has to be done. Some people love to clean their house. Some people could care less about cleaning their house, but regardless, it needs to be done, right? So put it in your schedule around things. Okay, once I get that done, then I get to go do this, something else that you actually love, right? And so that way you prioritize things, but you can also kind of mix in there of things you love and that you don't love as much. Or you can also, put them out for other people and delegate stuff. Don't forget that too, because that's one thing that is a huge stress reliever.
You might want to discuss with us if you're not loving your schedule, if it's not working for you, if you think you've tried, a few things, or I've tried everything, take a try us on for size call with us. And perhaps in a couple of minutes, we can give you a different perspective on that. Lori, how does somebody get in touch with us?
Yes, go to facebook.com/messages and send us a message there. Make sure to like and follow our page there, as well as follow us on all social media. So that way you can get in touch with all of our tips that we share every single week.
Thank you. I look forward to speaking to our group in our private dining room, which is where we're going next. And in the meantime, have a really great week. And thank you for sharing what you'd like us to talk to you about.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good night.
Yeah.